All right, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Awareness Channel. My name is TC. So, how y'all like my predictions so far? Go back and look at my old videos. You can go all the way back to motherfucking when Trump first got elected. That I told y'all what was going to happen with his war. I said back then, 10 years ago, Donald Trump wasn't going to go to war with North Korea. Donald Trump wants his own war. And the next big war, I said, was going to be Iran. So said, so done. Donald Trump is ass deep in a war with Iran. A war that we cannot win. A war that we ain't gonna win. A war that ain't gonna stop until he leave office. If he leave early, in other words, if he gets sick and have to step down, because that's the only way he's gonna leave, because he's not gonna get removed. The 25th Amendment, that ain't gonna happen. And ain't no impeachment gonna happen. And even if he gets impeached, he's not gonna get removed from office. Anyway, the war gonna stay going until he get out. However he gets out. That's my prediction. And even if he get out, even if he's removed and replaced, the war still might not be over. The only way the war over, like I said, is if you get out, or if one of the warring parties is completely destroyed. If one of the warring parties can't fight no more. That's the only way. That's my prediction on that. So, you know, just strap in for the long haul. And we're going to pay through our ass for everything in the meantime. In the meantime, we're going to pay through our ass for everything. Ain't nothing going to be cheap. Not a damn thing. I know. You motherfucker clapping, but I used the clap track on that one, but that's how it's going to be. Everything is going to cost more. It's already costing more. I told y'all when he put them when he started with them bullshit tariffs that they probably all gonna get whittled down to a 10 to 15% hike on everything you buy. One way or another. It was just a sneaky way to raise taxes. So he can pay for the tax cuts for the billionaire class. The Epstein class, y'all know about them. But I promise you, also, that the way things are going now with the miracle president, with the way things are going now, this can't be allowed to continue. This falling asleep and all of this on camera buffoonery from him can't be allowed to continue. Well, the buffoonery on camera can be allowed to continue, but the falling asleep part, something gonna have to be done about that. How they gonna write that up in the history books? How they gonna write that up in the history books that the dude be sitting there, I mean literally, nodding off and falling asleep? Everybody's experienced that before. We know what we're looking at. And then staffers say, oh well, he was blinking, or he was thinking, or he was concentrating. No, he wasn't. While at the same time, the whole country is going to hell in a handbasket. Look, out of all the goddamn messed up shit that Republican presidents do, and they always tear the economy up. they always have approval ratings in the cellar by the time they leave. There's always a big ass war going on by the time they leave. On top of all of that, they can never run on policy. They always got to run on dirty tricks and trying to eliminate black people from voting. On top of all of that, he's literally falling asleep in real time on live television. And any serious, how can you take anything serious with this person? And I ain't even said nothing about the Epstein file and how much he up in there. I ain't said nothing about that yet. That's another layer. Now, from what I can remember, going back to Iran-Contra, when Oliver North and Ronald Reagan and all them was doing their thing, and they was having those trials, usually they sort it all out, because American history can't be tainted like this. It just can't be. But usually they let it run its course first. So however much destruction Donald Trump does, it's going to have to run its course, and he either going to leave office early or be a lame duck for 2 years. But until he leave, that's the only time things are going to start to get sorted out, and the trials are going to begin, and people are going to start being held accountable for all the shit that they did. The one or two people, I don't know if anybody going to jail, but I do know that some trials are going to be held. They might throw one or two people under the fucking bus. But this Epstein thing, this reminds me of back in the day. When I say back in the day, I'm talking 2011, 2010, when we used to get on the internet and we could talk about what was really going on and who was really running the country. I still got some of the old videos, because they ain't all been, you know what I'm saying? They ain't all been scrubbed off the internet. I still got some of the old videos. Some, but not all. But you fast forward to now, right? You go back to now, fast forward to now, 25 years later, not even that long, 10, 15 years later. And we living in that paradigm. We done found out that shit is true, that is how they get down. It's actually worse than they think. You know what I'm saying? All that Skull and Bone Society shit and all of that Bilderberg Group shit and all of that, stuff that they was talking about. Yeah, it's true. It's all in them files. I'm telling you it is. I don't know that it is for sure because, they didn't show me the files. But I bet you it's all in there. I'll bet you it's all in there. What did that lady say? If I prosecute everybody in the Epstein files, the whole country would collapse. The whole government would collapse. And you know what we all said at one time? So let it collapse. And we build the shit back up. Because right now, it's totally compromised. The United States government is totally compromised. Which brings me to my next point real quick. The United States is in this big war that Donald Trump started. Like I said, he wanted his own war, he got it. We in this big war. We seem to be unable to win this war. We haven't really won a war since 1945, since World War II. That is 80 years. Why should the United States taxpayers get them $1.5 trillion with a T? 1.5 trillion with a T. If we closing up military bases and pulling out of NATO and getting kicked out the fucking Middle East, why you need $1.5 trillion? What's that for? I'll tell you what it's for. A lot of militaries around the world don't spend nearly, not even a fraction of the amount of money that the U.S. military does. Yep, but they have better results, as you can see with this war we got going on now. God damn it. In the U.S. government, though, the U.S. government, yeah, they buy a lot of shit, but they do a lot of stealing. And they do a lot of padding the motherfucking bill. And they do a lot of fraud and all that. And Donald Trump want to take this last goddamn grift to the limit. When he leave, he want to take everything with him. $1.5 trillion for a military that ain't won a war in 80 fucking years. $1.5 trillion. That's more than everybody's military put together. We got the strongest military, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't have the strongest military. We just spend the most motherfucking money. I'm going to give you a quick example. I'm going to just give you a quick example of what I think with my little self. You know them drones that Iran is using, them $20,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 drones? The United States will make that same drone, only it'll cost $3 million. The missiles that Iran fires, $10,000, $15,000 or however much they cost. That same missile over here would cost, I don't know, 100 or 1,000 times that much. Why? Because of all the stealing and all the double dipping and pocket lining and kickbacks and all of that shit. That's what all that's got to be where all that money is going. Because how you spending $800 billion to $1 trillion right now, and you're running out of shit? That's the U.S. military. How you spending all this money now and you running out of shit? You dig me? So, Donald Trump, y'all's miracle president, is trapped. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he can't go nowhere. He can't go nowhere but out of office. So my next prediction is this. The war, and I'm gonna wrap up. The war ain't gonna stop until Israel says it stops or is destroyed. All right, because they ain't gonna destroy Iran until Israel can't fight no more. Or Donald Trump leave office. And 10 years ago, I predicted that this was the war that was gonna happen. So said, so done. Y'all should listen to me when I tell y'all some shit. Anyway, I'll come back with another commentary on Donald Trump's replacement in my next video. Y'all look out for that one. Thanks for coming by and listening to me talk my shit. I will catch y'all on the next one. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell notification so that you know when I'm getting ready to do this shit again. TC, and I'm out. Peace.